guys remember, at the start of the year, when you first came in, the first day you saw me, we talked about this, remember? Welcome to Western culture. And what did I tell you that this class would be about? It's going to be about looking at what shapes us and drives us and different things that make Western culture what it is, so that you guys can learn a little bit about it, right? And remember, I told you this. Western influences, they can be seen around the world, right? Sometimes they're subtle, like you cannot tell. Sometimes they're obvious, like McDonald's in China, right? Obvious Western culture influence. But I hope throughout the semester you realized I meant no culture is better than any other. They're simply different. So I've told you all about like America and Europe, and we talked about China, but I didn't say one was better than the other. I just want you guys to realize there are different cultures all around the world, different places to go, and so hopefully you learn a little bit about Western culture, my culture, of course. So that was the first day. The second day, remember this? The origin of the United States. And we talked about where we came from, a little bit about like Marco Polo. Remember that? That's my son. So we're talking about Marco Polo, all kinds of stuff like that. Old Western culture, Greece, things like that. After that, we did a little bit about the United States. Remember, so you can see different regions. And remember we talked about the Northeast, and the Southwest, and the Midwest, and the West. And everything about the Northeast. Hopefully you remember some of those things. It was a while ago, but you get an idea about how different America is, right? Different areas, different things. The West, Alaska, nice place. And then after this, we talked about, of course, family. And we told you all about why families are the way they are in our culture. Different people, different parts of your family. Stepbrother, stepsister, mom, dad, sister-in-law. So we talked about family. We saw a couple parts of movies, including this one. You guys remember this? Little Miss Sunshine. That was a good movie. We had mom, brother, uncle, dad, daughter, and of course, grandpa. So about what is fashion? And we said, there are kind of like crazy fashions, right? Different, wild. And then there's, I don't know, maybe you would call it normal, everyday fashion. So different kinds of fashion in Western culture, similar to your culture. And then, we talk about this. Where does fashion come from? What influences? For example, musicians influence fashion. Lady Gaga. Actors influence fashion. Marilyn Monroe. Sarah Jessica Parker. Okay, yeah, good. World Peace Day. And then Oktoberfest. Yes. This guy is from what country? Germany, yeah. And where is the biggest Oktoberfest? What city? Munich. Ah, good. Berlin. All right, good. All right. And then after holidays, we started for a while. We were talking about celebrations in America. And remember, the first thing we looked at were birthdays. So I think this was good. You guys learned about different kinds of birthdays and why we have them in our country. Did you learn some new things about birthdays? Good. Good. So, engagements and pre-wedding. So this is where we talked about the proposal. Yeah. Different types of high schools. And then, college life. And we talked about what do we study in college? You know, knowledge is power. Helping your brain. Different kinds of classrooms. Some are like Sanda, some are different. And then, of course, we looked at dorms. With me, my buddy. You saw some videos of dorms today, so hopefully that's kind of II, and some of them only looked at it for a little bit, but that was interesting. Things like fishing. What kind of fishing do we do? Where do we go fishing? And then finally, a couple weeks ago, we started talking about Western culture and film. And we, for example, looked at where these different ideas come from. Where do we get the word? Some animation. Tingle. Different animation. And then after that, last thing we looked at were TV shows. Reality. Competition. So, that was what we learned about the whole year. Yeah, we also looked at a musician. We tried to have a musician every week. Sometimes we did not. So we looked at Psy. Remember that? That was the first video we saw. Pretty cool. And then we looked at Adele, Chasing Pagans. Who was after Adele? Avril Lavigne. And then, who did we have? Lady Gaga. Interesting Lady Gaga. Yeah. Whitney Houston. She was the last one. Good. So that was the music.